The Archives of Korea Democracy Foundation contains historical records and evidences on the democratization movement in Korea. The democratization movement in Korea took place by the Korean people who had to fight for their constitutional rights and freedom against repressive military government since the Republic was born in 1948. Modern history of the Republic cannot be comprehended without the historical records and evidence from the movement. In 2001, the Korea Democracy Foundation, KDF, was formed by a broad social consensus that the spirit of the revolutionary movement should be revived and passed on to the next generation. The KDF Archives contains 850,000 documents and 1,300 hours of oral history records. Since 2002, the KDF Archives has provided access to 50,000 documents and 2.3 million pieces of digital images online. All materials went through the systematic procedures and then they are carefully preserved as invaluable historical assets. Managing archives begins with collecting historical records from individuals, groups, and organizations related to the democracy movement in Korea. Collecting process is done in two ways. Firstly, we visit those who express their wish to donate their precious materials. We also actively search possible donors and solicit their cooperation. In arranging the donated materials, the original donor is respected as much as possible. Materials are then processed in multiple steps, for example, preliminary arrangement, chemical treatment, and dust removal. When the preliminary arrangement is completed, they are classified and appraised by their values. Appraisal is performed considering the importance of events, organizations, and individuals involved. The archives holds not only printed documents, manuscripts, and books, but also objects, images, films, and oral history records. Photographs are processed by removing unidentified stuff from the surface and encasing in protective film coating. Descriptive information of historical records appraised is registered to Archives Management System, developed in consultation of International Standard of Archival Description. Prior to individual items, collective description information is registered to AMS, mostly information on collection history. Descriptive information on individual items is registered in observance of the Archive's description rules. Descriptive information is created for identification, context, content, and structure, conditions of access and use, allied materials as well as notes, preservation, descriptive control. Catalogers input information including title, creation period, and type of material, quantity, creator, content, and subject headings. Digitizing valued images accompanied registration. Images marked for digitization are those deed of important records. Images are digitized, carefully avoiding any possible damages to the original items. Scanned or photographed images are then corrected and inspected to be transformed to both a master copy and copies for access. Online inspection of descriptive information registered and digitized items are followed. The accuracy and consistency of descriptive information and the digitized images contained in the online database are thoroughly checked. When relevant procedures are finished, the successfully registered materials are arranged on the shelves in the KDF Archives, equipped with cutting-edge technology facilities. In order to safeguard and preserve priceless collections permanently, KDF Archives conducts deacidification and chemical fumigation treatment regularly. Collections of KDF Archives are open to anyone, both online and offline. Those who wish to see historical records on democratization movement could browse them by time periods as well as events. Photo archives, oral history archives, and the online exhibitions could help them to find rich and live records from the movement. Those who wish to visit and view the archives, he or she could view wanted items if the items are open to public use. National Information Society Agency, which belongs to the Ministry of Public Administration and Security, developed KDF Archives system, and the information contained are linked to Korea Knowledge Portal and Korean History Online. Korea Democracy Foundation is sparing no effort in contributing to upholding national identity and pride of saving democracy from dictatorship, as well as to educating young minds with historical evidence of collective endeavor toward democracy. The Archives helps the mission by collecting and preserving and providing access to the records and evidence from the proud history.